Hi everyone, this is Rosie, and today we'll be getting to know the Techsew 4800 Pro by taking a look at some of the features. So let's get started. The Techsew 4800 Pro is an industrial compound walking foot sewing machine with a cylinder arm and a flatbed table attachment. The machine has a servo motor with a speed reducer, and it can sew materials up to 1/2 inch thick and accommodate thread size up to 277. First, I'd like to briefly go over some of the features of the machine. Right up here is a screw that you would use to set the pressure on your presser foot, and this is the dial for your climbing mechanism. The 4800 does have a dual tension system, and these are the two knobs that you would use to set your tensions. Here is your built-in bobbin winder, and you can wind a bobbin as you're sewing. It comes with a traditional presser foot for a walking foot machine, but they also give you a left toe foot if you want to swap out that standard foot. Here's your laser light, and this is your drop-down edge guide right here. Underneath this sliding cover is where you install your bobbin case and bobbin. This dial is for setting your stitch length, and this is your reverse stitch lever. And this bar here leads down to your knee lifter, which is out of the frame. All the way over here on the right side is your hand wheel, and this hand wheel turns much easier than it does on my Juki 1541S. It also comes with a very nice LED light with a gooseneck for easy adjustment, which I do not have pictured here. I will not be talking about lubrication, threading the machine, or winding your bobbin. Techsew has some very helpful videos on their YouTube channel which you can view. So let's talk more specifically about some of these features. You can lift up the presser foot with the lever behind the machine, but it's only going to lift it up to a certain height. If you want to lift the presser foot up to its highest level, you do need to use the knee lifter to do that. Underneath the table on the right side, you're going to see two switch boxes. This one here is for turning on your laser light. This one here is for turning on the servo motor. On the left side, you're going to see a plus and minus button, and you're going to press those buttons to change the speed of the machine. The higher the number, the faster the machine is going to sew. And then to lower the speed, you'll just press the minus sign, and the lower the speed, the slower the machine will sew. On this side, you have some buttons. There's a blue one with an N in it and a green one with an R in it. You don't want to touch those buttons because those buttons are used to change different settings in the motor. And for more information about that, you can look at the little pamphlet that Techsew sends out about the motor. To attach your flatbed table, you want to lift up your presser foot and make sure that your needle is in the up position. Then you'll take your table and slide it underneath that presser foot. Line it all up until it falls into place. You're going to see that there are two holes there. Take the piece that came with the table, which also has two holes in it, and you want to line those two holes up with the two holes in the machine. And then you're going to screw everything together here. You will need the proper size hex tool to tighten up your screws. Just make sure that you don't over tighten them. Once the screws are secured in place, the table is very sturdy and you have a nice work area. The only issue that I'm having with the table is that it is polished aluminum, and because it's polished aluminum, it's causing glare from the lights, which bother my eyes. So I'm going to have to see how this goes long term. Once there's fabric on here, it may not be an issue anymore, but if it is, I'm thinking that what I might do is cover the table with some non-glossy contact paper. The machine has a climbing mechanism for the presser foot. The purpose of it is to raise the presser foot up a little bit so that when you come to a thicker seam, that walking foot is able to easily walk over the hump. It works similar to the way that you would use a hump jumper on a domestic machine. The dial for raising the presser foot is located on the top right of the machine. The dial is numbered 1 through 6, with 1 being the lowest setting for the presser foot. As you turn the dial, you'll start to see the presser foot raise up. and you would stop when the presser foot is at a height that you need it to be to go over the thickness that you need to sew over. Right here is the laser light, and you turn it on with the switch that's under the table on the right side of the machine. Personally, I'm probably going to disconnect the laser light because it bothers my eyes, but I will give it a try before I do so. In the meantime, the drop-down roller guide will work just as well. The machine also has a very nice needle positioning system. As you're sewing along, the needle is always going to stop in the down position. But if you only want to take one stitch at a time, all you have to do is press very lightly on the top of the foot pedal. And it will just do one full rotation. And the foot pedal is very responsive, so I'm just going to give it a very light tap. And you can see I'm just doing one stitch at a time. Now if I want that needle to stop in the up position, all I have to do is press the bottom of the foot pedal with the heel of my foot, and it will stop in the up position. And that needle stops at just the right spot for you to easily pull your threads out from the machine. You also have a drop-down edge guide. You just pull it straight down, and there's a screw right here. As you turn that, it's going to move closer to the presser foot, and then you would have it stop whatever distance you need it to be from the needle. And when you turn it in the opposite direction, it starts to retract. Now, as you know, the machine does have a laser light. I probably will never use it because, again, that light is going to bother my eyes, so I will probably remove it. But if you choose to keep it on there, just keep in mind that when you put this up, it's going to hit that laser guide there. So in order to have this go all the way up onto the machine and be out of the way, you would have to retract this quite a bit, and then it will go back up. On the right side of the machine is the reverse stitch lever. So you would just press it down to make the machine sew in reverse, and when you raise it up, the machine would start sewing forward again. To change your stitch length, you need to depress this lever right here. At the same time, you need to push down on the reverse stitch lever and then change your stitch length. It's very important that you push in this lever as you're doing this. And to increase your stitch length, you would do the same thing. I hope that this video has given you an idea of the Techsew 4800 Pro's features. In the next video, I will be starting a project on this machine. Thanks for watching.